Have you ever been so angry you wished something terrible would happen to someone? I mean, truly, deeply wished for it. It is a dark thought, a frightening thought, but it is a very human one. We think of the Romans as great builders, men of law and order, but they were people just like us. They felt rage, they felt jealousy, and sometimes they turned to dark magic. Imagine this. A small lead tablet found buried in a grave in Britain. It was once part of the Roman Empire. Scratched onto its surface is a name, and next to the name, a curse, a wish for pain, for suffering. This wasn't a one-off. Thousands of these have been found. They are a chilling reminder that beneath the marble statues and grand buildings, a darker world existed. These objects are called curse tablets, or in Latin. The word comes from a verb meaning to fix or to fasten. The idea was simple, but terrifying. You would write your enemy's name on a piece of lead. You would list all the dreadful things you wanted to happen to them. You would bind them with your words. You would fix them to a fate of your choosing. It was a secret weapon for the powerless, a tool for the desperate. It was a way to take revenge when the law could not or would not help. It was justice, of a sort, but it was a dark and dangerous kind of justice, born from the most bitter corners of the human heart. Think about the person who wrote that curse. What had driven them to such an extreme act? Had they been cheated in business? Had a lover left them for someone else? Had their property been stolen? These tablets give us a glimpse into the raw emotions of everyday Roman life. They are not grand histories of emperors and wars. They are intensely personal. They are stories of stolen cloaks, of rivalries in the chariot races, and of broken hearts. They show us a side of the Romans that is often hidden, a side that was superstitious, fearful, and sometimes incredibly cruel. These curses were whispered into the shadows, a hidden transcript of pain. And so we are left with a question, a rather uncomfortable one. When we look at these ancient curses, are we just looking at history? Or are we looking into a mirror? The desire for revenge, the feeling of being wronged, the hope that someone, somewhere, will get what they deserve. These feelings haven't gone away, have they? They are still with us, tucked away in the quieter, more private moments of our lives. The Romans just had a more formal way of dealing with them. They had lead tablets, nails, and dark gods. They had a ritual for their rage. And that is a story worth telling. A story of how an ordinary person might be pushed into the world of magic. Let me introduce you to someone. Let's call him Lucius. He is not a senator or a general. He is a simple man, a potter. He lives in a bustling Roman town, perhaps Londinium, around the year 200 AD. The air in his streets smells of wood smoke, baking bread, and damp earth. His workshop is small. It is crowded with clay pots and amphorae. Each one is shaped by his own hands. Lucius is proud of his work. His pots are known for their strength, their elegant shapes. He spends his days covered in clay, his hands rough and chapped. But he is content. His life is built around this simple rhythm: the spinning of the wheel, the heat of the kiln, the satisfaction of a finished piece. The market is the heart of Lucius's world. Twice a week, he loads his cart and pushes it through the noisy streets. The market is a riot of sound and colour. Merchants shout their prices. Chickens squawk in their cages. Children chase each other through the crowds. Lucius sets up his stall near the forum. He arranges his best pots at the front. He hopes to catch the eye of a wealthy matron or a tavern owner. He exchanges greetings with the woman who sells olives next to him. He shares a piece of bread with the man who sells leather goods. It is a community. There is competition, yes, but there is also friendship, a sense of shared struggle. On this particular day, a man approaches his stall. His name is Cassius. He is a merchant, known for being charming and ambitious. He buys and sells goods from across the empire. Cassius smiles a wide, friendly smile. He admires Lucius's work. He says he has a large order, a very large order. He needs dozens of wine amphorae for a new shipment arriving from Gaul. The payment he offers is generous, more than Lucius would normally make in 2 months. For Lucius, this is a huge opportunity. It could mean a new kiln. It could mean a better life for his family. He sees the sincerity in Cassius's eyes. He trusts him. Lucius agrees. He shakes Cassius's hand. The deal is sealed. For the next few weeks, Lucius works harder than he has ever worked before. He works late into the night by the light of a flickering oil lamp. His wife brings him food and wine, her face etched with worry. But he is driven. He is fueled by the promise of a better future. He neglects his regular customers to focus on this one massive order. The pots pile up in his workshop, each one perfect, each one a testament to his skill. He feels a great sense of achievement. Finally, the day comes. The order is complete. He has fulfilled his side of the bargain. Now, all that remains is for Cassius to fulfill his. The day of the delivery arrives. Lucius carefully loads the amphorae onto 2 large carts. He hires 2 strong lads from the neighborhood to help him. The journey to the docks is slow. He is nervous. He wants everything to be perfect. When he arrives, Cassius is there waiting. He is flanked by 2 large imposing bodyguards. Cassius inspects the pots. He taps one with his knuckle. He nods. He seems pleased. "Excellent work, Lucius," he says, his smile as wide as ever. "Just as I knew it would be." Lucius feels a wave of relief. He has done it. The hard work has paid off. He waits for Cassius to hand over the pouch of coins, but the pouch does not appear. Instead, Cassius's smile fades. Just a little. "There is a small problem," he says, his voice smooth as oil. "The ship from Gaul has been delayed. Storms at sea. I cannot pay you today." Lucius feels a cold knot of dread form in his stomach. "When?" he asks, his voice barely a whisper. "When can you pay me?" Cassius shrugs. "Soon. A week. Maybe 2. He gestures to his men. "Unload the pots. We will store them in the warehouse until the ship arrives." Lucius is frozen. He has no choice. The pots are unloaded. He is left standing on the docks with empty carts and an empty promise. A week passes, then 2. Lucius goes to the warehouse. He is told Cassius is not there. He goes to Cassius's home. A servant tells him the master is away on business. Lucius's hope begins to curdle into fear, and then into anger. He sees Cassius in the market one day. He is laughing with another merchant. Lucius confronts him. Cassius's friendly mask drops completely. "The pots were of poor quality," he sneers. "Half of them broke on the journey here. You are lucky I do not demand compensation." It is a lie, a blatant, cruel lie. Lucius stands there speechless as Cassius turns and walks away, leaving him in a cloud of humiliation and dust. The betrayal is total. It is not just about the money, it is about the trust, the respect. Lucius had poured his heart into that work. He had believed in Cassius's word. Now he is ruined. His regular customers have gone elsewhere. He has no money to buy new clay. The laughter of Cassius echoes in his ears. The injustice of it all burns in his chest. He lies awake at night, staring into the darkness. The law is for men like Cassius, rich men with powerful friends. A poor potter stands no chance in a courtroom. His anger grows. It becomes a poison in his veins, a dark, simmering rage that demands an outlet. Justice has failed him, so he will seek something else. Lucius's world has shrunk. It is now filled with nothing but the shape of his anger. He walks through the familiar streets of his town, but he no longer sees the vibrant life around him. He sees only shadows. He hears whispers of magic, of old ways, ways to find justice when all other doors are closed. He hears of a man, a scribe who lives in a dark alleyway near the Temple of Mercury. This is not a normal scribe who writes letters for merchants. This man writes for a different clientele. He writes for the desperate, the vengeful. He writes curses. The thought is terrifying. It feels like stepping off a cliff. But the alternative to do nothing feels worse. He finds the alley. It is narrow and smells of stagnant water. He hesitates at the door, a simple wooden plank in a crumbling wall. His heart is pounding. This is forbidden. It is dangerous. The gods might be angered, but the image of Cassius laughing is stronger than his fear. He knocks. The door creaks open. A figure cloaked in shadow beckons him inside. The room is small and dim. It is filled with scrolls, papyrus, and strange-smelling herbs. The scribe is an old man. His eyes are like chips of flint. They seem to see right through Lucius. They see his pain, his rage, his shame. The scribe does not ask many questions. He has seen men like Lucius before. "You have been wronged," the scribe says. "It is not a question. You seek to bind an enemy." Lucius can only nod, his throat tight. The scribe unrolls a small sheet of lead. It is thin and grey, like a patch of dead skin. "Tell me his name," the scribe commands. His mother's name too, if you know it. It makes the binding stronger. Lucius whispers the name. Cassius. The name feels like poison on his tongue. His mother is Livia. The scribe nods slowly. He picks up a sharp stylus. "And what do you want to happen to him? Be specific. The spirits of the underworld need clear instructions." Lucius begins to speak. At first, his voice is hesitant. He asks for his money to be returned. But as he speaks, the darkness inside him spills out. He talks about Cassius's smooth tongue, his lying words. "Bind his tongue," Lucius says, his voice growing stronger. "Let him be unable to speak. Bind his mind. Let his thoughts be confused. Bind his limbs. Let them be weak and useless." He wants Cassius to feel as helpless as he felt. He wants his enemy's thriving business to fail. He wants his health to wither. He is no longer just asking for justice. He is asking for utter destruction. The scribe listens patiently, his stylus scratching quietly across the surface of the lead. The scribe works with a chilling precision. His hand does not shake. He has written words like these many times before. He scratches the letters into the soft metal, using a mixture of Latin and strange, cryptic symbols. These are magical words that are believed to hold power, words that only the gods of the underworld can understand. He writes Cassius's name, and then he writes it backwards. This is a common practice, meant to reverse the victim's fortune, to turn their world upside down. Every scratch of the stylus feels like a physical blow against Cassius, a small act of violence. Lucius watches, mesmerized and horrified. This is it. This is the point of no return. The scribe is not just writing words, he is crafting a weapon. He draws a crude figure on the lead, a human shape with its arms bound behind its back. "This is your enemy," the scribe explains. He takes a long iron nail, a nail pulled from an old coffin, he says. "Such things have more power." He places the point of the nail over the heart of the drawn figure and looks at Lucius. "Are you certain?" he asks, his voice flat. This is the final chance to turn back, to walk away, to let the anger go. Lucius thinks of his empty workshop. He thinks of the shame he feels when he sees his wife's worried face. He thinks of Cassius's mocking laughter. His resolve hardens. "I am certain," he says. The scribe nods. With a single sharp tap of a small hammer, he drives the nail through the lead tablet. The sound is shockingly loud in the quiet room. A sound of finality, a seal on a dark pact. The curse is now armed. It is activated. The nail pierces the name of Cassius. It pierces the drawing of his body, and it symbolically pierces the man himself. Lucius feels a strange mix of triumph and sickness. The scribe then rolls the lead tablet up tightly, with the nail still inside it. It is now a small, dense scroll of malice. The words are written. The binding is made, the scribe says, his voice low. He hands the small, heavy object to Lucius. It feels cold in his hand, colder than metal should be. Now you must deliver it. It must be placed in a place between the world of the living and the world of the dead. A grave, a well, or a sacred spring. A place where the spirits of the underworld can receive it. He gives Lucius instructions, precise, chilling instructions for the final act of the ritual. The meeting is over. Lucius pays the scribe and slips back into the alley, clutching his terrible secret. That night, Lucius cannot sleep. The small lead scroll is hidden in his workshop, but he can feel its presence. It feels like a block of ice in the house, a source of cold, dark energy. He waits until the moon is high and the town is silent. He slips out of his house, the curse tablet wrapped in a cloth and hidden in his tunic. It feels impossibly heavy. He makes his way through the deserted streets, sticking to the shadows. Every sound makes him jump. The hoot of an owl, the distant bark of a dog. He feels like a criminal, a conspirator against the gods and men. He is breaking a profound taboo. He heads towards the river that flows past the town. The river is a powerful place. It is a boundary, a place of transition. The Romans in Britain often saw rivers and springs as sacred. They were gateways to the other world, homes for spirits and local gods. The scribe told him this would be a good place, a place where the current could carry his curse down to the gods below. He finds a spot on the bank, hidden by overgrown reeds. The water is black and glossy in the moonlight. It moves silently like a serpent. The air is cold. He is utterly alone, or so he hopes. He unwraps the lead scroll. It gleams faintly in the moonlight. He holds it in his hand, this small, ugly thing. It contains so much hate, so much pain. For a moment, he thinks about throwing it into the woods, forgetting this ever happened. But the memory of his humiliation is too strong. He needs this. He needs to feel that he has done something, that he has fought back. He takes a deep breath. He recites the words the scribe taught him, a plea to the gods of the underworld, to Mercury who guides souls, to Proserpina, queen of the dead. He asks them to accept his offering, to read the words, to carry out the punishment. With his heart pounding in his chest, he throws the tablet into the river. It makes a small splash and disappears instantly into the black water. It is done. The curse is delivered. It is out of his hands now. It belongs to the river, to the gods, to the darkness. He feels a sudden emptiness. The burning rage that has consumed him for weeks is gone. In its place is a cold, hollow fear. He has done something terrible. He has invited dark forces into the world. He scrambles back up the bank and runs. He does not look back. He runs all the way home, as if the spirits of the underworld are chasing his heels. In the days that follow, Lucius is a changed man. The fire of his anger has been replaced by the cold ash of anxiety. He tries to return to his life. He borrows a little money and buys a small amount of clay. He tries to work, but his hands shake. He cannot center the clay on the wheel. The shapes he creates are clumsy and misshapen. His mind is not on his craft. His mind is with Cassius. He finds himself watching, listening, waiting for news. Every time he goes to the market, he scans the crowds looking for a sign. Has it worked? Has the curse begun its dreadful business? He becomes obsessed. He neglects his work. He neglects his family. He walks past Cassius's large house. He loiters near the warehouses at the docks. He is looking for evidence, a rumor of illness, a whisper of bad luck in business. The secret he carries is a heavy burden. He cannot share it with his wife. How could he tell her he consorted with dark magic? That he wished for another man's ruin? The secret isolates him. It builds a wall between him and everyone he loves. He is alone with his dark deed, and the waiting is a kind of torture in itself. One day, he hears a rumor. Two merchants are talking in the market. They say Cassius lost a valuable shipment, a pirate attack off the coast of Gaul. Lucius feels a jolt, a thrill of dark satisfaction. It is working. But the feeling is quickly replaced by fear. It is real. The words he whispered, the nail he hammered, they have power. He is not just a potter anymore. He is a man who can command destruction. The thought does not empower him, it terrifies him. He has unleashed something he does not understand and cannot control. What if it comes back to him? The curse has not brought him peace. It has brought him a new kind of prison. He is now bound to Cassius, not by a business deal, but by a magical thread. His own well-being is now tied to Cassius's downfall. He finds himself wishing for more bad news and then hating himself for it. The magic has tainted him. It has poisoned his own soul. The satisfaction of revenge is fleeting. It is a ghost. But the guilt and the fear are very, very real. They are his constant companions, sitting with him in his empty workshop, whispering to him in the dead of night. Weeks turn into months. The news about Cassius gets worse and worse. After the loss of his ship, his creditors grew nervous. They started calling in their loans. Cassius, always a man who operated on credit and charm, found himself short of coin. He had to sell one of his warehouses. Then another. He became irritable and angry. His smooth tongue, the tool of his trade, failed him. He argued with his business partners. His reputation, once his greatest asset, was now in tatters. People started to avoid him. They said he was cursed with bad luck. Lucius hears all of this, and each piece of news is another stone on his heart. Then the curse turns towards Cassius's body, just as Lucius had asked. Cassius develops a tremor in his hands. He, who was always so elegant, now spills his wine. His speech becomes slurred, as if his tongue is too thick for his mouth. He stumbles when he walks. Doctors are called. They can find no cause for his ailments. They bleed him. They give him foul-tasting potions. Nothing works. He is slowly, steadily falling apart. Lucius sees him once across the forum. Cassius is a shadow of his former self. He is thin, pale, and walks with a cane. Their eyes meet for a second. There is no recognition in Cassius's eyes, just a dull, confused emptiness. Lucius feels no triumph. He feels only a profound and chilling pity. This is what he asked for. This broken, pathetic man is his creation. The curse has worked too well. It has not just brought justice, it has brought complete and utter ruin. It has destroyed a man, body and soul. Lucius looks at his own hands, the hands of a potter, hands that are meant to create beautiful things from clay. Now they feel like the hands of a destroyer, an executioner. The guilt is overwhelming. He has not just punished a cheat, he has erased a man from the world. The final blow comes when Cassius's wife and children leave him. They can no longer bear to watch his decline. They move away to live with her family in another town. Cassius is left alone in his big empty house, a prisoner of his own failing body and confused mind. The curse is complete. Lucius has his revenge. He has won. But as he stands in his own small, humble home with his wife and his health, he knows he has lost something precious. He has lost his peace. He has lost his innocence. He has looked into the abyss, and the abyss has stained him forever. He is no longer just Lucius, the potter. He is Lucius, the curse maker. What becomes of Lucius? We do not know. His story is a fiction, woven from the threads of thousands of real curses left behind by the Romans. But his emotional journey feels true. The path from anger to revenge, and from revenge to regret, is a well-trodden one. The curse tablets, these small pieces of lead, are not just archaeological artifacts, they are monuments to human pain. They show us that the Romans, for all their engineering and philosophy, were driven by the same raw emotions that drive us today. Jealousy in love, rivalry in sport, betrayal in business, the desire to lash out when we feel powerless. The world of the Romans was filled with uncertainty. Life was fragile. The law did not always protect the weak. In such a world, magic offered a sense of control. A defixio was a tool. It was a way of taking action, of fighting back against injustice, even if only symbolically. Writing down a curse, hammering a nail through a name, depositing it in a dark, sacred place. This was a powerful psychological release. It transformed a victim into an agent of their own destiny. It gave them a sense of power in a world that had rendered them powerless. It was a ritual that gave form and focus to their rage, but there was always a cost. As our story of Lucius suggests, invoking darkness can leave a stain on the soul. The desire for another's suffering, even when we feel it is justified, can poison us. It can trap us in a cycle of negativity and fear. The relief of revenge is often short-lived, replaced by guilt or the fear of supernatural reprisal. The Romans believed in this. They feared that curses could rebound, that the dark spirits, once summoned, might not be so easily dismissed. The act of cursing bound the cursor to the cursed, creating a dark relationship that could destroy them both. And what about today? We may not scratch curses onto lead tablets anymore. We may not throw them into sacred springs. But has the human impulse really changed? Think of the anonymous comment left on the internet, the vicious rumor spread on social media, the whispered gossip intended to ruin a reputation. Are these not modern-day Defixiones? We still write down our malice. We still send it out into the world, hoping to harm our rivals, our enemies, or those who have wronged us. The technology has changed. The medium is different. But the dark whisper of the human heart, wishing for another's downfall, echoes just as loudly today as it did in the streets of ancient Rome.